Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. That is indeed the question today. Did Andrew Luck's luck finally run out? And on this Labor Day weekend, a further thought. Hey, if you were in the NFL, would you be killed? Yeah, think about that. If you were in the NFL, the National Football League, would you be killed? Oh, some rather interesting questions because they apply to you and to me, particularly if we want to be the master entrepreneur. That's the name of the program, and it begins right now. Thank you for taking time as we go this Thursday evening into Friday and the weekend. And for those of you who may not be in the United States of America, where we are from, this is kind of the Labor Day weekend. It's where kind of we declare that summer is over and the autumn and work season has begun. The vacations and the holidays are somewhat past, and now we better get back to work and do it seriously. So it is a significant time. Now, you may have heard that some of the news is about a man who has labored for 7 years in a really sweet job. His name is Andrew Luck, and he's now 29 years of age. And for the last 7 years, he has been at the top of his particular game. That's right. His game is football, and he has been a quarterback. And he's played for one of the top teams, the Indianapolis Colts. And just recently, at the age of 29, he has announced that he is quitting the game. He's done. And he's going to do something else. Well, there's been a variety of reactions to that. Obviously, people wonder why, and he's kind of talked a little bit about that. In fact, he's explained it rather profoundly. And then, of course, what does that mean for him? And could it mean something for you and me? And, of course, the second part of the title has got a number of you fascinated, and it may be relevant too. If you played in the NFL, would you be killed? Where am I going with this? Well, first of all, let's talk about Andrew Luck. I'm really not much of a football fan anymore. Now, when I was younger and played football, and then as a young man, I followed the sport quite closely. And the reason I'm a little bit disillusioned with it, particularly now, is that it's not now a game or a sport as much as it is a very, very big, and some people would say sometimes corrupt business. A sport, for sure. A game, for sure. A business, for sure. And as the guy said, show me the money. And the people who play this game, which is basically a game for young men and maybe young women, is now played by big and strong and powerful and very wealthy men who also play the game for the bosses and the leaders and the coaches who are also, for the most part, very, very wealthy men. And those of us who want to go to the game, if we want to do that, we're going to pay a lot of money to see all these people participate in what they do. Now, with that in mind, Andrew Luck said that he was quitting the game, and he gave a very good reason for it. During his 7 years, he has gone through a number of injuries. And he pointed out that the pain has just become more than he wants to deal with. You see, once you're hurt, then you're obviously in pain. And the recovery from pain, as every doctor will tell you and everyone who's gone through it will tell you, it takes a while. You can't hustle the healing. And if you try and hustle the healing, there's a very, very good chance that the pain will return or that the injury will happen again. And that has been kind of a cycle of pain, recovery, relief, and then pain again. And Andrew Luck has decided that he just doesn't want to do that anymore. And in a comment that makes a whole lot of wisdom, he said, "Indeed, I was paid a great deal of money, but I was not able to live the life that I wanted." Now, as I often say, just let that sit on your head for a while. And perhaps you can also combine that with an old broadcaster named Rod Serling from the Twilight Zone, who said, "For your thought and consideration." Just let that sit on your head for a while, for your thought and consideration. I'm actually convinced that most people are not living the life they want, or the life that is best for them. I'm convinced that we work and we labor, and we do so not with joy, but because there is so much we think we need, we think we want, and we have to pay the price for those things. And we work long and hard, and we do a lot of stuff that we have to do to get the things we think we want, and certainly the things we think we need. And you know who is guilty of that? Me. So right now, as I oftentimes said on the radio in a late-night program, "Hi, this is Stan Houston for Night Call, and I'm going to be talking to myself tonight, and you are free to listen in." So this, as the preacher said, is not just for thee, it is also for me. Live the life you want. Now, when you decide to be an entrepreneur, you did not just get a job or a business. You got a whole lifestyle, and you know that. And a lot of that is very difficult. It's oftentimes very painful. Even right now, I'm going through some significant challenges that I would just sometimes like to walk away from. And you go back and you talk to God and you ask Jesus to counsel you, and you say, should I keep doing this? Can you help me out a bit on this? Are we living the life we want? But I also know that I see people every day who are not living the life they want in the jobs or careers that they pursue. The other day, I was going through the grocery store, and there was a man who was probably in his late 60s, and he was mopping up the floor. And as I walked around, I went by him, and he apologized. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I have to wipe the floor here now." And he almost like he was apologizing to me for the fact that he was there wiping up and cleaning up the mess. And I said, "Hey, man, that's fine. Good for you. What you're doing is important." And I tried to reaffirm him and assure him. And you know what? The fact that I noticed him and even thanked him and acknowledged what he was doing was important, there was a kind of a smile that came to his face, and he looked up. Now, I don't know what his hopes and dreams were, but I know that being 60 years of age and mopping the floor in a grocery store was not what he wanted, but it's what he had to do right now. And so we are blessed, and we pray for those who are less blessed, and we understand that that is a lot of the world we live in today. Again, Andrew Luck did his luck run out. I'm Stan Houston. This is the Master Entrepreneur, brought to you by the Christian Entrepreneur Network. If you appreciate these programs, and if you appreciate what we do at tcenglobal.org, we would appreciate three things. First of all, send us an email at radioedge77@gmail.com and let us know that you're listening, and give us some ideas, and raise your hand and say, Stan, I'd like to be on your program. And you know what? If you do, you will be on the program. Secondly, you will keep us in mind, and you will hopefully sponsor us and give us a little bit of encouragement, because we are a 501c3 and we are doing a lot of this for free. And if it's helpful to you and others, if you could help sponsor us in some way, we would be grateful. And of course, as we make this organization go and grow, would you please tell others? Three things we'd like you to think about. We'll be right back. One of my mentors said this to me, and he said, Stan, there's something wrong with everything, and nothing works all the time. There's something wrong with everything, and nothing works all the time. And in recent years, I've added to that, and that's why you have to have them renewed, redeemed, and resurrected. They have to change. They have to go. They have to grow. They have to be transformed. And even then, the new might be better, but it will never work all the time, and there's something wrong with it. Someday there may be a place of relative perfection, but we're not there yet. Here's part of the issue, particularly with the NFL. I oftentimes have said to a person after I had this experience, I said, the best place to watch the game is not high in the stands from the 50-yard line. It's actually, if you had the chance sometime, to be right down on the field, right next to it. And what you see there is just how brutal that game can be. How hard some of those men are hit. Fast, big, powerful men plowing into each other, flipping them up. And I honestly said, and many people have agreed with me, you know, what would happen to me if I was in one of those games? I'd probably be killed. I cannot believe sometimes how bang. Those of us in just normal physical shape who are not superior trained, powerful young athletes, it'd probably kill us. We'd lay there dead. Well, of course, we now have learned that you may not die in the game, but as a result of some of the things that have happened, many of those long-time football players, they didn't die in the game, but 14 or 15 years of being hit and banged up and pain, as Andrew Luck, as a smart man, realizes, this might shorten my life considerably. And not only am I going to have a shorter life, but it doesn't really seem to be the life I want to live. I wish Andrew all the best. By the way, I don't feel sorry for him. I feel a sense of exhilaration for him. After all, he's already at 29 worth over $40 million, so he'll be okay, or at least he should be. And obviously he's had a life experience. And as someone said, it's very unusual for a man before he's 30 to have a true epiphany about what life should be like. So Andrew Luck's luck did not run out. In fact, in some ways, he is one of the luckiest men alive. And we wish him God's best and blessings. And may he find a new way to serve, a new way to labor that would be good and graceful, and bless him and his family, and bless others. And perhaps, I should say, that would be nice on this Labor Day weekend for all of us. I'm Stan Houston. We are seeking to be master entrepreneurs. I need you to play. I need you to help pay. I need you to participate. So I would be grateful if you would reach out and be a part of this going and growing program. As we say, my name is Stan Houston. Just call me Stan. And reach out to me at radioedge77@gmail.com, radioedge77@gmail.com. Check out what my passion really is at tcenglobal.org, tcenglobal.org. And your sponsorship and your help would be greatly supported at this rather crucial time in our work and mission. We want you to participate, so why don't you let me know what would be a program you would like to do? What would be a program you'd like to participate in? What would you like to tell people? What seeming wisdom and insight and truth about being a master entrepreneur would you be willing to share with all of us? I hope you'll do that. We wish best and blessings, and may your Labor Day be safe and restful, and may your weekend be blessed and worshipful. And as we start again, may we truly know what is important and more seek to live the life we want. Bye for now.